Hello. After days of searching for a new topic to talk about, I came to talk about a Washingtonia topic again. Sorry, but life is that. And again, it's about a rock mantra that I would even believe I would have invented, except that she at least knows when her opinion was asked and when not. No, I'm not saying this because she's a woman, but because she's white. Okay, seriously. Today we are going to talk about the Washingtonian mantra that I don't know even if why it exists in the first place. Well, I guess it's just Washingtonian American stuffs. It's just that those guys make up some concepts. Okay, now today we're gonna talk about the whitewashing mantra. That mantra, bro. That mantra is one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in my entire life. And it's awesome to achieve that. Well, this mantra is whitewashing, which refers to the horrible racist act of drawing a fictional character with lighter skin than they actually have. And that's all. One question: why do people in Washingtonia always have to get offended and find racism in things that are not racist just because those things aren't made the way they want? Imagine that I draw a picture of Sgeu, and instead of drawing she like this, I draw she like this. Don't you see anything? Well, some works in Washingtonia find these drawings and notices that in the second pair they are colored 1% like tar and gets offended because that's racist. He even shows me an explanatory image of how it should be drawn according to the canon that was taken out of the because I realized that in this example it's much more ridiculous because a random Twitter user is nobody to tell me how I should draw fictional characters, especially if they are characters that I created. Like, how are they gonna explain to me how I should draw my characters? And he starts accusing me of being racist for nothing, just for drawing a character that doesn't even exist like that. And without realizing that he's the racist for noticing that he has this or that skin tone. And that's whitewashing. That's mantra. I don't think if I even need to explain how ridiculous is this, but I have to remind you that works who take this mantra seriously and start calling people for nonsense and start calling people racist for nothing are then the same ones who defend making black characters who were originally white. And for some reason they draw it to characters who were originally redheads when they are also minorities. Apparently it's racist to draw a character 0.1% lighter than they actually are because of what the heck? the light from a lamp or the sun, pastel colors, something. Well, for work in Washingtonia, that's apparently racist, and anyone who does it deserves to be called racist. But then it's not racist to drastically darken a character's skin tone in a remake with the clear intention to pretending to be inclusive when deep down you are doing it to hide the racist things you do under the table. Or worse, that the racists are the ones who criticize that practice. Bro, don't fake me. I think the greatest example of this nonsense was the Encanto fanart, when a Japanese user made a drawing of the movie Encanto, set in Colombia, and folks in Washingtonia tried to call him racist for supposed whitewashing, only for Latin America to defend the Japanese and humiliate the wogs. A gringo's classic. They try to defend groups that really didn't ask for it and end up offending them instead of making them happy, especially because gringos did it with the stereotype that everyone in Latin America has to have dark skin. It's the typical thing. Folks in the USA, in their attempt not to be racist, end up being so. Looking for examples, I found the Wikipedia article about examples of whitewashing in cinema, and some absurd examples they gave were such fictional Mexican character was played by an American actor without further context and without clarifying why it's whitewashing, as if they assume that Mexican equals brown, or they assume that there are no white Mexicans. Same with other examples where they assume that Latino equals brown. Again, rogues in their attempt to not be racist end up being so. I'm starting to believe that Washingtonia, America, is in some kind of alternative reality, and that what the rest of the world see as strange in the USA are there things that filter into the real world or reality, because otherwise I don't understand it. In order for I not to take you seriously with your claims of racism and I don't know what, you have to fall very low, especially noting Cry is very anti-racist and gets angry because someone makes black humor. If not even Cry, who gets paranoid about racism, takes seriously your paranoia of seeing racism even in soup, you did something wrong. Okay, seriously, you have to fall very low for your attempt to avoid being intolerant to end up being one. The lesson is, well, I'll be fast. Study color theory, even a little. Don't split hairs, don't get upset over ridiculous things, and if you think something might be offensive to a group you don't belong to, ask them first instead of making a fool of yourself on the internet only to have people you wanted to defend tell you to shut up. And that's the end of the video. I remind you that you can subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and comment what do you think. If I don't read it, I, the best person in the world, will read it. So rest assured that I will watch it. Now I'm gonna with Cry, the best person in the world, to continue the plan to take over the Torajavilche Empire.